podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
You're listening to Achtung Millwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Birmingham. Accept no substitute.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to the club sounds of Ibiza in fairly warm weather. In fairness, it's maybe not quite Ibiza here in Preston, but it's very warm enough to get my jacket off my shoulders. The Lions are here today, obviously, for another crucial cup final style fixture, final 12 of the season. Your Millwall side today is unchanged. A magnificent win at home to Birmingham City on Wednesday night. So we've got in goal will be Patterson, across the back line will be Ryan Leonard, Jake Cooper, Tristan Kramer and Zach Sturge, Billy Mitchell, Casper Delore in the midfield too. Then in front of them will be Macaulay Langstaff, Camille Negley and Femi Aziz. Up front, of course, will be Josh Coburn, and we're hoping for a repeat in the sunshine and long shadows here at Deepdale. Joining me to say hello to you all now is our northern correspondent, John Shipman. Hello to the listeners, John.
Afternoon, Nick. Afternoon, all. Welcome to sunny Preston.
We are not used to big-time football, John, are we? We're not psychologically cut out for it, mate.
It's a bit of a change of scene to be third. Well, I think we've dropped the position with Hull winning earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe that will rest us a little bit, but I look at it and I think there's an 8-point gap there, 9-point gap there.
I know.
Surely we can't throw this away.
Heady stuff. You came down last week, John. If I'd have told you we'd have a 9-point gap after that morose game at home to Pompey, you'd have said I was losing the plot.
Absolutely unthinkable, but what a performance it was midweek to get us in this position.
Wonderful.
Absolutely fantastic.
Wonderful game. Listeners, we're back near a kick-off. Stay tuned. A little bit of pre-match quo for you, dear listeners. In the brilliant sunshine of Preston. I said Sheffield. Deepdale, Preston. Nice ground. 4 fairly uniform stands. Criss-cross kind of gantries. All one deck with some corporate boxes over to our left. It's a lovely afternoon. It's actually quite warm. I thought it was going to come up there prep for the Arctic. It's quite warm in the sunshine, but in the shade probably a little bit cooler. We're awaiting the entry of the two teams, dear listeners. This massive game. Huge performance Wednesday night, taking us up with a 9-point cushion now to 7th position, and just 4 points to Middlesbrough in 2nd position. They play Monday night, so we could really narrow that gap with a good result here today. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Here come the two teams, dear listeners, up in the far corner from where we're standing. We're at the Bill Shankly top end. 1,600 Millwall fans, 1,666, year of the Great Plague. I've travelled up here to Preston. Lions today will be in their all black. Mark of the Devil, 666. Maybe I'll keep going around the same circles here. Preston, of course, in their old famous colours, white shirts, blue shorts. A bit of the King, the Elvis. Can we match what we did on Wednesday, dear listeners? I fancy us. I'm predicting a win for the Lions. John, what are you going to go for, mate?
I'll say a win for the Lions, but I can't help be scarred by past experiences up north. So, a win for the Lions. But it has a real big game feel this today, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Preston fans need the win to keep them in touch with the playoffs. And
they're about 8th, 9th or something like that.
They're in that mix, aren't they? A few points off. But as you were saying earlier, if we can win this, it puts a bit of pressure on Middlesbrough, keeps the gap to 7th for us. So
puts real heat on them.
Feels a big one.
Lone drummer down the far end. Off we go. Preston kick us off, dear listeners. Old Roy Green classic. First champions of the Football League, dear listeners, back in 1888-89. Major powerhouse of the game, Preston North End. And I did read they've played at Deepdale since their very first days in the Football League. So it's actually one of the oldest venues in the sense of football being played here since the 1880s. Right-sided corner. Header into a melee of players. That's going to go for a goal kick. Pitch looks a bit rough out there, John, doesn't it? Not your normal billiard table look.
Yes, if for once I may actually count against us, because we seem to be stroking around quite well midweek. So,
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't cause us any difficulty.
Bit worn here and there, patchy out there, listeners.
Staff in central midfield.
Yes, an interesting move, isn't it? He seems quite effective. Here he goes, Langstaff into the box. Can't quite get the ball back. It's just run out for a goal kick, listeners. Just as we were talking about. But yeah, he's playing in that 10 role, isn't he, in the midfield?
Yeah,
attacking midfielder.
He's got that sort of Lee Gregory, Bradshaw type running
yeah.
about him. He never seems to stop as long as everything. So doing well in there.
Free kick for the Lions then, listeners. This is going to be about, 7 yards out, just right of the D. I fancy a Femi Aziz free kick shot here, John.
Yeah, Femi Aziz back.
I have a taste for it. I have a fancy for it, listeners.
He's certainly prolific and he's certainly deadly.
After Wednesday night, he'll fancy it as well. What are we on? 10 minutes, dear listeners. There he goes, it's crossed in. It wasn't a shot at all. Let's give it a big build up there. Tristan with a delicate French chip forwards there. And pommes frites. This is Josh Coburn on the edge of the penalty. He's played it behind Negley. There was a moment where he could have spread it more advantageously, but this is Negley. We were just getting a bit over intricate there, unfortunately. This is the 44. We're on maybe 18 minutes now. Preston on the right side of the Mill penalty area, trying to find a way through. It's been a fairly staunch defence so far. 42 now on the right. No way through at the moment for North End. That's getting blocked. That's going to be a throw-in for them, right down the far end as I look. Still in possession. That's the ball across the Mill box and hoof clear. Ryan Leonard. Ball down the channel for Coburn to chase down. I think he's going to struggle to get that one. He's got the challenge in. He's gone for a Mill throw-in. Good work by Josh Coburn. He's doing some fine work up front, Coburn, at the moment, John.
He's not fast, is he? But he's absolutely tireless.
He's persistent.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pursuer of lost causes, isn't he?
He's getting more and more strong as well, I think.
Yeah.
He's more and more defenders up.
Proper target, man.
Yeah, when Jacket had a word with Morrison in the early days,
yeah.
It feels like that sort of
that
changing
kind of idea. Long throw, Millwall. Looks like it's going to be Ryan Leonard to take it. What are we on? We're on 19 minutes. Ryan Leonard long throw. In it comes, it's looping upwards. There's Jake trying to make a dive for it. It's back to Ryan Leonard on the right wing. Hoof clear, unfortunately. Zach Sturge, little chip ball into a shot for. There's a header from Coburn. Oh, it's under the post. Ball bouncing around there. There's a lovely little chest down by Jake Cooper. The header, I think that was Coburn, pushed onto the post and then bouncing around in the 6-yard box. Preston dodge a bullet there, listeners. Wow. 20 minutes in. Suitably manic sounding wobble you there. Frenzied. This is Preston on the left side, ball into the middle. I thought that was on target for a moment. The 9 had a header there at the near post, wide left. Just over halfway through the first half, I'll make it 23 minutes. Opportunity, I suppose, the best chance really was be that Coburn header on pushed onto the crossbar there. I'd have to see that again to get the full Monty on it, but Preston have got the ball forwards across our goal without any real direct danger.
The 20-something minute drinks break is another feature that's crept in.
Well, I think injuries go down, don't they? And then everyone goes off for a conversation and a power drink of some sort.
You fucking Bill!
I think that's going to be baked into the World Cup as well for advertising purposes, isn't it?
I don't like change, Nick. I don't know.
We're Millwall fans, John. We do not like change. We want it to be forever 1989, you know. Little break there, as John said. 25 minutes now. Drinks were taken in cricket parlance. Master Man received a bit of attention. Negley's available short, but I think he's going to put it into the middle. Near post, there's no one there, unfortunately. It falls now to Negley, ball into the middle. Falls to Jake Cooper. Just taken away from the last minute there. This is 1-0 Millwall! Ryan Leonard! Slide in like a boss! He's doing a little dance down there, listeners. 1-0 Millwall! A little nod down falls to Ryan Leonard. He slots it away with aplomb. 29 minutes. And that, listeners, was from a corner where Femi Aziz pursued his man into the corner and forced a kind of reboundy type corner. One he had no right to be guessing. And from that comes a goal. Let that be a lesson to you kids. Persistence.
What a finish from Leonard, though.
Beautiful.
Lovely time.
Yeah. Fell to his feet nicely. Put it away like a top striker.
He's been absolutely cursed with injuries throughout his career.
Yeah.
And you do wonder what he could have achieved if he could have stayed fit.
Yeah.
Because he's certainly classy.
I've always loved the ambition of that song, listeners. I've said it before, I shall say it again. My show, my rules. United and Liverpool, how many Premier Leagues and European Cups between these two clubs? But we say fuck them all. We're Millwall. I've always loved the pedestal on which we put ourselves there. Lovely stuff. Femi floats it forwards towards Leonard. He's headed it down. Shot by Billy Mitchell with a shot on goal. A volley into a sea of legs, unfortunately. Preston will bring away. 35 minutes. They're on the left side now, though. Deep cross towards the 44. Evades him. Yeah, Langstaff went full throttle into a tackle there. He's hobbled away. Let's hope we can walk that off, listeners.
Not looking good there.
No, he don't look good. He's...
Them impact runs, two players went for the ball and he seems to take
He's taking a crunch, isn't he? Look at him. Brave boy. Carried on. He's not running freely, but wisdom of that we'll see. This is Preston on the left. Maybe sensing a chance with Macaulay a little bit kippered there. There's a hit ball into the middle. Shot at the right side post. Blocked. Mill will bring away. Depends how much pace Macaulay Langstaff's got on his legs, because his game is built on the press. But this is Mill breaking forwards now. 1-2 with Casper Denor and Femi Aziz. Ball in. This is Negley. In front of Coburn, little shot in from the left side. In front of Coburn is wide right. That was a massive chance. Oh, my giddy on. 39 minutes, bloody hell.
For all the praise we have to give him for holding it up so well, he just cannot get on the under cross, can he?
I don't know if that was a shot or a cross, in fairness. I thought it should have been a shot, to be honest.
There's perpetually a yard in front of him when he's in the 6-yard box.
Massive chance there, gone begging for Millwall, dear listeners. Almost all the ground now in shadow. The sunshine just confined to a quarter of the pitch to our left. This is Leonard Aziz. There's a penalty. He tries to find it back out to Ryan Leonard. He's overcooked that one, unfortunately. That's forced out for a throw-in. Nicely done, Millwall. Ticking towards 45 minutes, listeners. It's been a pretty good half by Mill. We've probably, in addition to the goal, 2 good chances that should have been taken. It could have been at least 2, maybe arguably 3 ahead as we tick towards the break. In fact, it's been a pretty good half nevertheless. We're leading by that crucial goal from Ryan Leonard.
Officials indicated there'll be a minimum of 2 minutes added on time at the end of the first half. There is a minimum of 2 minutes added on time at the end of the first half.
This is Josh Coburn down the right side corner. He's persistence personified. This was fortunately yet another a right side corner, left us where you look. That's been a real trait of the Millwall side this half, pursuing these little, what should we call them, lost causes into the corners, into the goal line. That forced the goal earlier on, and then here again now it's Femi Aziz with a right-sided corner. About a minute of the added 2 to go. In it comes, it's a deep one. There's Jake Cooper, blasted onto the line, not cleared off the line. Wow, on the volley. Massive chance there. Wow.
If it's 4 up, it wouldn't flatter us.
No,
that good, this
absolutely.
All the time it's 1-0, you think it
You got the jitters. This is a throw-in then from that massive chance there. Blasted on the volley, side foot volley by Jake Cooper. It's cleared off the line by a Preston defender. So it's a long throw for Zach Sturge now. Right side as we look. Headed away. Negley going backwards. I think the referee will call that quits any moment now. Floated full from Ryan Leonard. There's Kramer's pursuing it. Falls to Tristan Kramer. Oh, he's trying to find Josh Coburn. Coming in at a rate of knots in the 6-yard box there. Listen, he's gone for a corner. Referee probably give it one go. Last action of the first half then, listeners. Femi Aziz now on the left side corner. Here we go. It's headed away at the near post. Falls to... Oh! Negley! Tipped over the bar on the volley. Wow. There's another chance for you, John. How many chances we had there? Half time. That could have been 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 5 good chances, I'd say, in that half.
Terrific half by the Lions, leading by that crucial goal, keeping the heat on Middlesbrough in second spot.
Achtung, Millwall.
A big shout out to the disc master here at Deepdale. This is the music policy half time has been spot on. Bit of northern soul for you. Really, really nice sounds. Lions are coming out for the second half, leading by that slender single goal from Ryan Leonard. Chances gone a begging in the first half. We really do need a cushion of a second one for complete comfort. Here comes Preston. A little bit of corner shop now for you. Room full of Asher. Going to be Casper Denor to kick us off. Pitch is now completely in shadow, apart from an angle across the Preston goal, actually, down at the far end. Otherwise, all in shadow. Floodlights are on, but it's a blue sky, sunny day here in Preston. Very nice too. Temperature's dropped a little from when my trot down to the stadium from the station. This is Preston coming forwards here. Well, McCauley seems sprightly out there, listeners. He took a bit of a bump in that first half in a tackle. He seems to be moving all right out there. Preston coming down our left. Our right, rather. The goal kick. Catering van outside. Messaging Doug in Sweden after reminded me there's a catering van at the away end selling baked potatoes with various fillings. And I just love the slogan. It claimed to be the best spuds on earth. That's a big claim, I thought. That's a huge claim, isn't it? The best spuds on earth. The whole world. This is Preston trying to press their way back into the game. I think they must feel a little bit fortunate to just be 1 goal behind. All the time it's 1 goal is Opportunity for them, isn't there? Negley drawing a free kick. Just taking the sting out of a little moment there. Ryan Leonard with one of his long throws, in it comes. That's a nice long throw. So it's bounced across the whole penalty area there. Wow. It will be cleared, but there was seemed to hit the bounce and ran across the whole Preston penalty area there. The whole 6-yard line. Goalkeeper down. Preston goalkeeper down, I mean. It's a bit early for the strategic injury to your goalkeeper moment, John, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks... it's a bit
like
of
he's
messy
actually
one,
injured.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ball went across the box, bounced a couple of times out of reach of everyone, and he palmed it away, but he looks like...
He's took a knock there, and he's... The Preston trainer's ambling on like it's Sunday afternoon stroll, listeners. Lions leading by that slender 1-goal lead. I'll be much, much happier. A weight will be lifted off my shoulders the moment we get the second goal. If we get a second goal, I should say. Tempting the fates of the gods of football and their Mount Olympus. This is Coburn. He's being dragged back there. Finally, a free kick for being dragged back, John. Referee heard you, mate. He said, John's had a good point there. I haven't given much for him. Free kick central, about halfway inside the Preston half. Femi Aziz standing over the ball. 55 minutes. I think he had a shot there. I think it was along the daisy cutter. It didn't really go anywhere, to be honest. But yeah.
The longer this goes at 1-0.
1-0, yeah. More the pressure starts to come, doesn't it? Three-way substitution for Preston, listeners. They've not done much so far this game.
And coming on number 3,
Four-way. Wow.
And coming on number 11, Robbie Brady.
Sums it up in a nutshell, listeners. Oh, Femi Aziz gets clipped. That's got to be a yellow card. And is. He was trying to break forwards there. Ticking towards 67 minutes, halfway through the second half. It's been a lot less fluent by Millwall in the second half. I suppose we're looking to defend this valuable lead, 1-goal lead. Does feel a bit slender at the moment, though, listeners. Preston have pushed us harder in the second half. They really did in the first half. Made that four-way substitution, trying to bring a bit of pace on, and we just look a little bit leggy, John, would you say, mate?
I definitely think we're a bit leggy.
As the ball breaks, here's a chance for the man to break through. Shot on target there that was balked by the Mill defender and batted away by Patterson. First half, we were getting those second balls, John. We're not getting them so much in the second, are we? Falling to the white shirts. Tense stuff, dear listeners. Little flick inside by their forward there. That's been pointed touch by Kramer. Langstaff. He must have been carrying a knock from that first half, John. Great effort by Macaulay Langstaff, getting good applause from the away end, dear listeners. In comes Alfie Doughty for him. Been a nervous second half, listeners. We're on 76, 77 minutes perhaps. A good chunk of time yet to go, but it's been edgy. Femi tries to go past two men, draws a free kick. Right side of the Preston half, about halfway in. And a yellow card for the Preston defender. This is Femi on the break here. He's got a man with him. He's gone past one. Drifts into the penalty. Femi Aziz. Corrected by the goalkeeper in the end. Well, that was a moment there, listeners, for 1 minute. Linesman not giving a ball. It clearly crossed the line there for a throw-in. Hence the slating all around me. Bravely down by Patterson as that ball came in. That was brave goalkeeping, John. Big chance there,
again,
mate.
Not had a lot to do today, but the things he has done, he's done very, very well. A couple of crosses he's intercepted, a couple of saves he's made.
At the feet of the Preston player there as well.
Putting his head in amongst the bullets there.
Little ball through from Ivanovic trying to find Kundal. Just taken away from him at the last there. There was a moment there I thought he was through and gone. But here come Preston. On their own account. Preston there again on the left. Ball in. Ooh, it's awkward ball for Sturge. He did well there to clear that. Bounced awkwardly for him. A little bit of a siege quality at the moment. Preston trying to put the ball into the danger zone, pumping it forwards. This is then now on the right side. That should be cleared by Sturge. No, it's blocked. They're getting bodies forward. It's getting a bit scrappy out there, listeners. Ball down the line. Almost threads its way through Ivanovic. It's pulled back on Fermi Aziz, gets a free kick. 87 minutes, listeners. Launched forwards again into space by Doughty. Anywhere will do. It's gone back to the goalkeeper. Lofts it forwards. Kundal spreads. This is Fermi Aziz. Takes his man on the right side. Drifts in. What can he do? All across the box. 2-0 Millwall. Who's that? Luke Kundal. 2-0 Millwall. 3 points in the bag, John.
That much needed second goal. Nothing can go wrong now.
Oh my Gideon, listeners. Beautiful move forwards, crossing from the right side from Fermi. I think that was Kundal. Slots it in with ease at the far post. There it is. I feel a lot more comfortable, John.
I think we'll see the next couple of minutes through from here.
I was getting very itchy and scratchy, dear listeners. I've got to be honest with you. That should settle it. How many minutes have we got to go? Maybe 3 minutes. Huge performance, dear listeners. Preston came into the game in 8th, 9th position, looking to get points to chase down that 6th spot. They've been better in the second half. They were nowhere near it in the first. Mill have soaked up the, if not pressure, certainly they harassed us more in the second half than they did in the first. The ball inside for Ivanovic. This is Fermi Aziz. Once again, he's got Kundal with him. What will Femi do? His shot is blocked right-sided corner. There it is, full time. Finishes Preston North End 0, Millwall 2. 3 huge points. I want to say a huge thank you, John Shipman, our Northern correspondent.
Very welcome, mate, very welcome. What a game, what a game.
What a performance. 3 massive points. That will really put the heat on Middlesbrough. They play Monday night, listeners. But there it is, man of the match for me, Billy Mitch. Take your pick from any of that 11 out there, though. We'll be back after these messages.
Achtung, Millwall.
Listeners, in the wake of yesterday's magnificent result up there at Deepdale, 2-0 to Millwall, of course, joining me now to review the Lions' magnificent position in the table, it's walking tour specialist Mike George. How you doing, Mike?
I'm very well, thank you. Much better for the 3 points from yesterday.
Yeah, what a result. What a performance, really.
Given that the pitch was something akin to the battlefield at Passchendaele, then I think it probably was. I mean, they were knocking the ball forward and it was bouncing like boing all over the place, you know, so no one quite knew where it was going.
No.
But no, they did well.
It's unusual to see a pitch like that. We've all become a little bit gentrified, Mike. You know.
I know we have. I mean, let me let you in a little secret. I actually played at quite a decent level, and I had a couple of trials at Millwall at the old Den.
Right.
Yeah, and first of all, the first shock was the dressing room because I'm 5'11", and I have been since that time. I've never really moved, and you go into this dressing room, and it was like a little box, and you had to stoop your head to actually walk in there.
Right.
And when you come out on the pitch, you had to stoop your head to get out through the tunnel. And the first thing that hits you is the terraces was right in your face. They were right there. And obviously, for a trial, there's nobody there except your parents and all that sort of thing. But they were right there, you know. Yeah. And then you look at the terraces, and it was all cracked. The halfway line terracing was all cracked up, and weeds growing out of it. And you look at the pitch, and it was a wreck. I mean, it was notoriously bad, the old Den, anyway. But the pitch was awful.
It used to wear right down the middle. And I'm looking at the pitch at Deepdale yesterday. That also had the wear right down the middle. So it tells you that I don't use the wings very much. I think that was the message I always used to think at Millwall, certainly. But yeah, it was a bit 1985-ish there. Very strange. And the stadium at Preston is kind of it was once modern, but it's kind of falling apart a bit. You know, it's got a kind of...
It is. Well, they used to have the Museum of Football up there, didn't they?
They did. Historic place.
And they had a kind of a big face in the terrace and in the seats, picked out in the seats. Used to have Tom Finney.
That's still there, but it's very faded. It could be.
Yeah.
It might be Rick Astley down there. The way it's such a faded.
Probably is. Rick Astley, blimey, you're showing your age now, aren't you?
We don't care on this show, mate. Magnificent win. I mean, obviously, I looked at the extended highlights on the club.
I've seen it.
And then we had a few chances. We actually had more chances in the first half, Mike, than we were really shown. There was a clearance off the line. I think Jake had a kind of half side foot volley that was on target, cleared off the line. And there was that bizarre kind of ping pong off the shoulder of the defender that hit the crossbar from Josh Coburn. And obviously in the end we got ahead through that nice finish from Ryan Leonard, but on another day, wasted chances. Yeah, but you just worry.
I'm so glad that he scored. Ryan Leonard has been a fantastic servant to us, and my only regret really is that he didn't come to us early, because I think he would have been an even better player.
Figure, yeah.
But that finish was, somebody said to me, that was an absolutely brilliant technical finish, and I just thought to myself, well, I've played this game and I could do that. But having said that, I wouldn't have been in that position to do it. So, but the point was, it was a good goal. And I'm just so glad. I'm glad he got it. You know, I really am.
Gave us that vital lead. And as I said, I just worried that with chances not taken, that it can bite you on the bum a little bit.
Negley had a couple, didn't he? I mean, the one that he put wide, and I just thought, Christ, I'm a bit torn with Negley. I don't know whether I love him or hate him.
Okay.
I mean, he works hard, runs around like a blue arse. What's it? But then so did George Honeyman. And he works as hard as George Honeyman, you know what I mean? But
that's
then
so does comparison, Mike.
And Langstaff does as well. He works really, really hard, and he doesn't get a lot of reward. And the one thing I've taken from that is that Negley just can't shoot. Having said that, the chance he got where the goalkeeper saved it, he pulled out a worldie.
Yeah.
Really, that deserved to go in.
There was a moment where I didn't know if it was meant to be a cross for Coburn, in which case it was in front of him, or it was a shot, in which case it was wide. So it kind of ticked neither box, really. But I think he needs a goal. He'll get that piano off his back, Negley. I like him. I think he's...
Well, I think Alex Neil does, because he keeps playing him.
Keeps playing him. I know we've spent money on him, so there's a kind of an inbuilt design.
I just do not understand why he's not giving Bannon a game. I mean, here's a man who's been the master of midfield players for 10 years over at Sheffield Wednesday, and he played almost every minute that they had. And yet down here, he's not giving him a game.
Didn't get on the field yesterday.
No, I know. I mean, I think you can plonk him in there in that midfield, and he'll control it.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons that I don't know, Billy Mitchell is just a different player from what he was last season. He's absolutely fantastic, and I could see him and Bannon in that midfield absolutely controlling games really from start to
Bannon
finish. You know,
brings some artistry, which, I mean, we are a very functional side. We're playing a very high energy pressing game, which worked quite nicely.
it did.
I was really struck. I think there was the corner that actually led to the goal. I think it was a result of Femi Aziz, who I take my hat off because he's a flair player, Mike, but he certainly does the work side of the game as well. And he pursued like a ball into the corner and managed to nick a corner off the shin of the defender. Where on another day, without that bit of extra effort, that would have just gone for a goal kick or something, So,
to be honest, I think I worry about Femi Aziz.
Yeah.
Because without him, where would we be? Would we be able to dig in? And because we'd have to dig in and create stuff a lot more.
We'd have to get
perhaps in
Idemo Marku back from Oxford.
I don't understand why he went. See, I saw a footballer in there.
There's something in there, but I mean, he's playing at Oxford now. But you're right. I mean, Aziz brings energy and talent. This is a winning combination, Mike, and he's also got enough.
Works well with
hard work.
Works well with Kramer as well, doesn't he? So
he does. He does. I mean, it's a huge team performance. We've mentioned Ryan Leonard already coming back after a long period of not getting on the field, first team, field at all. He's come straight in to right back position, got a goal. It's a really nicely taken goal. It's kind of like a little golf chip shot almost, wasn't it? From just outside the 6-yard box, kind of.
Well, I think we also have to mention Josh Coburn. I mean, when I first saw Josh Coburn, when he first came to Millwall, and I looked at him I sit high up in the CBL, and I looked at him, I thought, Jesus, he's a big lad, isn't he? And somebody tried to knock him off the ball, and he absolutely flattened them, and I thought, wow, we've got a player
here.
Yeah. But I think since he's come back from the latest injury, I mean, that was the criticism against him, that, he trips over a blade of grass and he's out for 6 weeks. And since he's come back from that injury, they mentioned it in commentary yesterday, that he had bulked up a bit.
Yeah.
And he now looks a real handful.
I wondered whether they're doing a lot of work with this new fitness coach,
well, maybe
Mr. Northeast. I don't know what his first name. I call him Mr. Northeast because I quite like this.
Well, yeah, because he comes from up there, yeah, man. That's a terrible Geordie accent.
That was a terrible accent.
Don't worry, it gets better from now on, pet.
He certainly did a job yesterday, Coburn. I mean, he was under a lot of physical attention.
I can't understand. I really need somebody to tell me what the rules of the game are now, because I've got rules books in my pocket over here, and you read them, and it says if somebody pulls your shirt or if he physically pulls you to the ground, it's a foul.
What does it say? Someone's hanging onto your rugby league style around your midriff. What does it say on that?
And yet the referees just ignore it. Yeah. And you get commentators going, well, there's not enough in it. Well, it doesn't matter if there isn't enough in it. If he's got his arm around your neck and he's dragged you to the ground, it's a foul. Simple.
I don't know. I mean, even Macaulay Langstaff, there was a corner. They were attacking the away fans in the first half, so you could get a good sight of what they were trying to do to restrain our forwards. And Langstaff was literally being held. Well, that's a foul. That's a penalty, isn't it? It's only a foul.
Why aren't they giving it? I mean, they're just about to. I don't know if you've seen it this morning, but they've introduced new rules.
Right.
They're now going to do VAR shouts for corners, and free kicks. Really?
Oh, dear.
Really? And it's funny, it makes me laugh with corners because you get these players and they put the ball right on the edge of the D so that a little bit of shadow hangs over the D.
Difference in placement.
Yeah, it does. And, the best bit of pitch on the field is the middle of that quadrant, that D, on the corner flag, because no one ever puts the ball there anymore. It's ridiculous.
Pristine
absolutely ridiculous.
But no, I don't know. I mean, the other thing, just talking about free kicks, is we get free kicks for the most innocuous of offences. I mean, we got one in the second half.
Oh, no.
I mean, being fair, what did we get that for? Given that we're passing by, kind of manhandling and rugby tackling and all sorts.
I think as an ex-player and as if you like, a fan now, the one thing that you want from a referee that we never get from one referee to another is consistency.
No.
1 week you will get a foul for a tiny little shove, and the next week you won't, and it's ridiculous. They need to be it is, and as for the footballers, I mean, including Millwall footballers, guys, you need to grow a pair, because let's be honest, most of you are 6 foot plus.
Yeah,
big guys,
physical
right?
specimens as well. You know, you stand next to Joe,
and they go down on the pitch like they've been shot. If someone happens to breathe on them from behind, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's getting so silly now. But there you go.
There you go. Half time. I thought we were leading by the slenderest of leads, and I didn't think Preston really turned the heat on us in the second half, Mike. But it was always that kind of
I was
edgy
disappointed
quality to a 1-0 lead, isn't there?
I was disappointed with Preston. I thought that they were toothless. Is probably the word.
It didn't cause us any problems. No, not really.
Off the ball, it was almost like hit and hope.
The shots on target were dealt with quite adequately by Patterson in that goal.
Absolutely.
No real danger.
And they were just hitting the ball long, hoping that something came off, but they had no real plan as far as I know. And I was surprised when Preston did so well earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Because they were right up there. But you can see its confidence has gone. And they are now heading for that awful mid-table mediocrity. And that's probably where they belong.
Which, given the EFL's desire to fiddle with the playoff zone, put them still in the playoffs. Put them still in the.
I know Rob Woodford was on with you recently, and you asked him, "Do you want to go automatic?" And no, don't want to go. I want my day at Wembley. Sod that. If we go to Wembley, you know damn well we'll all be struggling for tickets. The tickets will cost us 120 quid a piece. We'll go there and it's a lottery. You never know what's quite going to happen at Wembley.
I can do with
in a playoff. So if we could get automatic, I mean, it's a long shot, but if we could get automatic, let's have it.
Well, all we can do is keep the heat on the teams around us, and we did that yesterday. The second goal, when it came from that break, I think it was Femi Aziz's cross in from the right and slotted in by.
Yeah, he burst into the box and crossed it low across the box, and then
Campbell put it away very nicely, and that was a huge weight off of everyone's shoulders, I think. Because until then,
I think so, yeah. Because 1-0, like you said, it's edgy, isn't it?
Edgy, scratchy. And I just wanted to... I found a statistic yesterday, so that's be one more now, because the Lions' defence this season, Mike, no team in the Championship has recorded more clean sheets than us. There's 13 on
yeah, I saw that.
14 now. Because
that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It's very impressive, and I think that's the quality that's taking us up the division now, third as we speak, 1 point behind Middlesbrough.
I think we also need to give a shout out to all the brave souls that went up there.
1666, the year of the great.
I mean, absolutely fantastic. And basically, watching on the TV, you just didn't hear Preston at all. All you could hear was moo all the way.
Very strange, quiet,
absolutely
atmosphere in there. Very odd.
Yeah,
I know
it was superb.
As you say, they're mid-table mediocrity now.
What always winds me up is when you go away, and I went to Swansea, I went to Bristol, we went up to Wrexham and that, and I don't know, West Country, somewhere down there, and their fans always sort of, your support is shit and all this. Yeah. Well, hold on a minute, our support is only what you give us. So your club is being the tight one. If you only give us 1,800 tickets, we'll sell 1,800 tickets, you know.
Well, that's right. I thought it was a pretty good number, 1,600 plus.
I thought it was very good indeed. And especially to be able. But I have to give a shout out as well to the Portsmouth fans who came down to us.
They acquitted themselves very well, didn't they?
Absolutely. What a turnout that was. Well done to them, you know. Absolutely. Well done to them.
But what a turnaround from the Millwall perspective to produce that midweek performance, Mike, and then yesterday to go to the proverbial tough place and get the result there. So,
I mean, I think
that's deep, isn't it?
you look at results, and then you look at them in context, and the context was that Birmingham were on a 10-game unbeaten run.
Yeah.
And basically we annihilated.
Yeah.
We just controlled the game start to finish. We were doing what we wanted at our pace, and they basically had no answer to it at all. I think it was a fantastic performance.
Absolutely.
Really good.
Third in the table.
Really good.
Ipswich probably are the fly on our ointment. They're 2 games in.
They are.
Us.
I think we've got 2 really tough games going up. Hull.
Yeah.
I watched the highlights of Hull's game yesterday, and I wasn't impressed, to be honest. And if you go at them, then they will fall apart.
That seems to be Alex Neil's style, to go for the win, and I like it. It's in keeping with normal mentality, Mike, isn't it?
I was actually wondering, and I was going to ask this question on my Facebook group: is this the best team we've ever seen? That's the first part of the question. And the second part of the question, is this the best football we've ever seen? Now, obviously, the argument against that is, well, obviously the best football was the year we got promoted to the old First Division.
Right.
And the second one would be the first year we were up in the First Division. We played really, really well, and at one point we were top of it, you know.
We were,
and I think we finished up third. So obviously the football was really good then.
Yeah.
However, the football that is played nowadays is a different kettle of fish. It's very different.
I mean, that's a cliche, but it's true. Yeah, go on.
It is. I just wonder, is this the best football we've ever seen? Because I can't. I'm struggling to think of another season where, although when Neil Harris took us up to 8th, I remember walking into the Den and there was people there. Everybody had a smile on their face, and it was almost like, okay, another 3 points today. Let's enjoy it. And it was always like, yeah, we're going to win this, and you know, we were totally certain that we were, and so there was a lot of smiles that time. But this is on a different level.
Well, I mean, Harris played Millwall style football, and you know, which is, you know, you're playing your football in their half of the pitch,
absolutely,
no farting around, get the ball forwards and attack with your big man, little man, which was the same formula really as the classic 88, 89 promotion teams and the 10th in the Division 1. I mean, the other thing was also, you got to note of caution. I think Alex Neil says this regularly, that we haven't actually done anything yet. We're doing it, but we're not done it. So that's the other thing.
Achtung, Millwall.
Well, this is coming on to, because you obviously know I'm involved in the history a little bit, with the tour and everything, and it is a totally unique tour. No other club does it. If you go, say, to Arsenal and say, well, look, you know, can we? Do you do a historical sort of tour or anything? They basically keep you at the Emirates and you walk around there and they show you a bit of their sort of museum.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right.
Whereas we are actually walking the walk, to coin a phrase. Walking the walk.
It's an excellent walk, Mike. I mean,
it is.
I did it with you a few months ago now.
You did.
And it's very enjoyable, listeners. You start out from a cafe near West Ferry, and you're basically walking around the site of the old Walton's factory, what is now luxury flats, and various spots en route, the Asda that was once the athletic ground, and Millwall Park, with lots of anecdotes along the way, Mike. Which you're very good at. You know, you find these little nuggets, don't you, along the way?
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid I'm a very sort of I'm a bit of a sponge for absolutely useless trivia, and it just comes trotting out. You know, I love all this trivia. I mean, on the wall, we actually take you to a pub which was called the North Pole, which is just about still there. They prettied it up a bit.
I've seen that one.
The North Pole. It's just round from Morton's.
That's right. It is round there.
Go from Morton's. It's just round the back street there. Now, I think it's astonishing that this place is still there, and that is where Duncan Heen actually lived. above the pub.
One of the early pioneers of the club. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was one of the founding members, and he broke a leg and died, unfortunately, after not very long. But the fact that they would have come from the pitch or from Morton's via about 6 pubs, and then, well, you've got to be polite, haven't you? And they would have walked into the North Pole, which was they were living above, and they would probably had a jar or two before they went upstairs to bed. You know, they must have been absolutely smashed out of their heads by the time they got home. You know,
such were the times.
God knows what training was. Well, exactly. But people were often saying to me, "Why is it, Millwall, you've never done nothing?" Well, actually, in terms of winning major trophies, no, we haven't. Which is why our history is so important, because we have got quite a unique history. So Millwall fans, we do tend to concentrate on the history. And obviously Rob first thought of the tour. And since it first began, what we know now and what we've researched is absolutely amazing. You know,
I recommend it. You know, the next one's on March the 29th.
28th, we've got one with that sold out.
This March 29th is sold out.
Yeah, we sold out on the Saturday, so we added another one on the 29th.
That's the Saturday.
And, and that's the Sunday, yeah. Okay. And we have got special guests coming on both tours, but I'm not allowed to tell you who they are.
You tease, Mike. Tease.
I know, we're not allowed to tell you who they are because one of the people is quite shy and doesn't particularly want loads of publicity about the fact that he's attending.
Okay.
However, he will be there, I'm assured, so that will be really good. I'm not even going to tell you which day it's on either.
I'm going to stick the link. Rob Woodford's site is cabbywalks.co.uk. I will stick a link in the show notes, listeners. And I do recommend the tour. It's very, very interesting. You wind up at the Lord Nelson, Mike, for a few beers and a quiz at the end of the walk. So
yes, I have to. Unfortunately, I've got a couple of people coming on the tour who've already booked. And they have heard about the quiz and they've been researching like mad.
They want to win it.
They want to win it.
Desire to win that we see from Alex Neil's side at the moment has taken us.
Absolutely. And so they've been boning up on the quiz questions. and so I'm having to try and find some quiz questions which are so obscure that nobody will get them. But if people do want tickets, they can go on to eventbrite.co.uk. Just type in Millwall History and Heritage Tour and it will come up. So there you go. That's that one.
And you've also got a history book out. Will that be available to purchase on the walk, Mike, on the day? Or
yes, and we'll also have maybe a copy or two as a prize. But you can purchase them as well.
Get on, listeners. I will stick a link in the show notes, as I say. So
the book came about as a result of the tour, really.
The notes, I suppose.
I just suddenly turned around to Rob one day and I said, you know what, we ought to write a book about this. And he sort of grunted like he does. So I got on with it. And Rob actually edited it.
Right.
And I think the exchange was up to about 22 emails where he was correcting me on certain historical facts. We also got given photographs, loads of photographs.
There's some really nice ones in there, listeners. Again, same thing, recommend it. There's a really interesting.
Unfortunately, the ones that we couldn't put in were wrong. Right. So somebody sent me a photograph of supposedly Millwall at the Lord Nelson ground,
right.
And in the background there's a fun fair. And I thought, well, hold on a minute, that can't be right, because the woman that owned the Lady McMahon, who owned the Lord Nelson ground, actually sold it because she wanted to put a fun fair on the ground, because that was the fashion at the time, like Battersea Fun Fair and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So she wanted part of that. And I thought, well, hold on, that can't be right, because surely the ground was sold before the fanfare was put on. So when I checked it with good old Dave Sullivan, he looked at it, he went, no, he said, that's a cup final. That's at the old Crystal Palace ground, and they would have had a fanfare in the background.
Really?
And the crowd, he said, you can tell what a crowd is absolutely huge, you know. so we couldn't include that photograph in. But yeah, I mean, and that's what we got. We got a load of stuff which is unverified, and so if we were at all, you know, not unsure about it, we just didn't put it in. But yeah, it turned out quite nice. Turned out nice, as I say.
Agree. As I say, I do recommend it all, listeners. The walk is great. The book is great. And I'll stick links in the show notes. Mike, I want to say a big thank you for joining me this morning, mate. I really appreciate it.
Lovely.
And
been fun.
Stay tuned, dear listeners. We'll be right back.
Achtung, Millwall.
Welcome back, dear listeners. Huge thanks to Mike Jules for joining me to review yesterday's magnificent win at Deepdale over Preston North End. I wanted to close the show, though, with some sad news. Just prior to recording earlier, I've looked on Mill Online, which is, I don't, subscribe or post on Mill Online, North Stand Banter forum, but I do follow it. And one of the big characters on there, a chap called Big Paul, there was sad news that he'd passed away. This is a post from his son, JT Wall, on Mill Online. I just wanted to pay tribute to Paul because I didn't know him, and I've never posted on Mill Online at all. But in the strange modern internet way, you start to, you follow certain voices that you kind of listen to or read and respect, and you start to feel like you do know them, even though I'd never met him. And I've never been on that forum at all. I've always found it a difficult one to get into, but in logging on terms. So I did feel that I kind of knew in a funny kind of way Big Paul. But it's, this post is from his son JT Wall, and I'm going to read it verbatim as a tribute to Paul. So it says, "Dear One and Wall, it is with great sadness that I have to inform you all of the sudden passing of my dad at his home on Thursday the 26th of February. Dad was an active and fit 70-year-old, and his passing from a heart attack is of great shock to everybody who was close to him. He walked his dog religiously, played table tennis, and swam regularly right until the very end. This fact makes his passing even harder to get to grips with. The day before, he was working hard in the garden, as he always did. It was just his type of day. Walk the dog, get shit done, watch the Lions on stream. He told me by a text message at the start of the second half, this was our best performance for a very long time. Paul lived and breathed Millwall. He told so many stories of his life following the Lions, from first going down the den in the 1960s on his own as a kid, to following them away whenever he could, on to the promotion season in the late 80s, and the pandemonium we caused wherever we went, on and off the pitch. The atmosphere in the ground and the community spirit of the Lions fans is something he has always held dear. The different characters that he's met and the players who have come and gone during his time following the Lions all brought a sense of belonging that only Millwall fans can get. It gets a hold of you and it doesn't let go. He has passed so many important values to my younger brother and I, but my love for the Lions and how we shared our passion for the team is one of the main things that will forever make him a part of me. Moving to France never got in the way of that passion. I have many fond memories growing up listening to Dino Standing's commentary with him in his office at our old house. He tried to get in as many games as he could afford, and our moments shared at the ground, although infrequent, were so important to me. Despite his frustrations with the poxy I follow, quote, and Carl's dubious grammar, watching us play was the highlight of his week. I'd always get a "Hi James, are you watching?" a couple of minutes before kick-off, and most times our mirrored "Come on you Lions" as they kicked off would lead to a lengthy discussion about how the game was going. I have no idea how I'm going to cope without that. The interactions of all of you on this board, is meaning all of you miserable bastards on here, were also massive for him. He loved the banter and the friendships he forged and with some of you, and these were so precious to him. I know that his sarcasm and blunt humour were appreciated by many, myself included, JT.
I also know that I'm going to be finding myself looking at his old posts to feel he's still here somehow. If any of you would like to get in touch, please don't hesitate to send me a private message. We'd be delighted to hear from you. And he posts a picture of Big Paul when he was over for the Charlton game just a few weeks ago in January. Now, I say again, and I stress, I've never met Paul. I don't know him. I only know him through his online persona on a Millwall message board, Millwall Online, North Stand Banter forum. But I do feel very sad that this character that I always look forward to reading, whatever the subject, he was always very kind about this podcast, actually. So maybe that, promoted a sense of linkage in some way, even though I've never spoken to him or interacted with him in any way. I just want to send my thoughts and condolences to Big Paul's family, JT Wall, who's posted on Mill Online. And if anyone who listens to this show would just pass on my thoughts and best wishes on that forum, I'd be very appreciative. As I say, I don't have any access to it, and I've never been able to log into it. But if anyone knows anyone that can do that, it'd be wonderful. I thought this was an appropriate way to leave a show that celebrates a magnificent win. And I'd like, if I may, just to dedicate this edition to the memory of Big Paul on behalf of all of us. Come on, you Lions.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number, save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.